everyone, and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to give you 3 different ways that you can create space in order to get a shot off on goal. So I'm breaking up this video into 2 parts because 1, it's going to be too long if I do it all together, and 2, I want one video that basically explains in depth each of the ways you can use to create space, and then I want another video that goes over more of the demonstrations and me actually showing you how to do it as well. So you can see in this one we're going to have more of a tactical analysis, but this one actually might be the most important of the 2, so make sure you really pay attention. Also, I'll release the second video or part 2 once we hit 80 likes, but that's enough for me. Let's get right into the tactical analysis and get right into the 3 ways that you can create space to shoot. Okay guys, so first we're looking at the first way to create space in order to score or take a shot on goal, and that is doing a few quick moves. Now I think this is the best way to create that yard of space that you need in order to get a shot off, score a goal, things of that nature. A lot of times in games, the main thing that a move does is create that space, whether it is the space to beat a defender outright and run past them, pass the ball off, get out of trouble, or take a shot on goal. So the point of a move really is, in its essence, to create space. So I've got 3 for you right here, as you can see, that I want you to consider when trying to create space to shoot. Now, in the second video that I mentioned, part 2, I'm going to actually show you what this looks like, but I want to explain it right now. So let's take a look at the bait and take. So let's say this is you with the ball here inside the box. The bait and take is one of my favorite moves to use in this situation because you fake out this way, and then the defender comes this way to try and take the ball, and then you quickly take it back this way. You create your yard of space that you need in order to shoot it on goal right there. So that's really good one to use as well. Now the chop is very similar, and actually it's almost essentially the same as the bait and take. And this one, instead of doing a very quick move, you do it very deliberately. So let's say we're going the other way. We take the ball this way, and then we wind up like we're going to shoot. The defender is going to get nervous and going to be like, well, I can't let him shoot or her shoot because then there's a chance they'll score. So they go to try and block your shot. You then fake it. You make it look like you're going to shoot, come back inside, and then hit it on target. This is one of my favorite moves, in all honesty, to create space in order to shoot. It works so well, especially if you're in the 18-yard box, because defenders' first instinct when they see you winding up to take a shot and you're close to goal is to get in front of you. Now, the third one I have on here is the body feint. This is another one I'll use to very quickly get a shot off, and what I will do is I will run right at the defender, and I will do the little shimmy, so I'll fake that way with my body, then move this way, and then I'll shoot it very quickly. This takes about less than a second to do. Okay, so you really want to make sure you're doing this very quickly if you're going to do the feint. You just need that little lean, and again, this will be more clear when I do the demonstration video, but you do your little lean, so your little lean to the left, and then quickly touch the ball inside and shoot it on target. Okay, so that is 3 moves that you can use in order to create space in order to shoot. There are many other ones that you can use, like the Cruyff, for example, which I've made a video on recently, is a good one. The step over is a great move to use in order to create space to shoot. That's not a very good V. And there are plenty of other ones out there. The Stanley Matthews, for example. So there are plenty of moves that you can use to create that space you need in order to shoot. But let's get on to the second way you can create space to shoot, which is going to be using a teammate's run. So let's get into that. Okay guys, so in the first part of this I showed you that using quick moves is a great way to create space to shoot. So let's say you're here, again, this is you, this X right here, and this is one of your teammates. This is another great way to create the just yard of space you need in order to shoot on goal. Now remember, before I kind of continue, you only need a yard of space to get a shot off. You don't need to beat the defender outright, and you don't need a ton of time and space. Just a quick move, a quick run, or something else is all you need in order to create enough space to then rifle a shot on goal. If your finishing's good, you'll score a lot of chances this way. So one thing that I see very few players making or taking advantage of is their teammates' runs. You should always be aware of where your teammates are on the pitch, and you should always be aware of what they're doing. For example, if I have a teammate behind me, I should know that, because if he makes a run this way, or if he makes a run that way. This is hugely advantageous to me if I'm trying to get a shot off, because this defender now has to not only worry about me potentially shooting, but he has to worry about me maybe passing the ball off to my teammate in a dangerous position. And this makes it great to use your teammate as a disguise in order to shoot. So let's say I have the ball here. I've just received the ball where I am right here. Someone's passed it to me here. I've controlled the ball. And my teammate here has seen the opportunity to make an overlapping run. Now let's say that he's lost his marker. Now this guy can't really leave him, because if he leaves him, I can just play the ball easily to him. So he's going to step over here a little bit. This is great for you because now all you have to do is fake a pass that way, come back inside, and then you have a pathway right to goal. So let's take a look if they make a run the other way. So let's say the opposite happens. I get the ball again from my teammate, trap it, and my teammate makes a run this way now. Now he's going to draw even more defenders to him. And it's very important when this is happening, you have to time when you're going to fake your pass, because you need to watch this defender and see when does he start making a movement towards this player. As soon as he does, take the ball and get your shot off on target. So this is a fantastic way, and there are many more examples of runs your teammates will make. But use your teammates, especially when you're in goal-scoring opportunities, use them as almost like a distraction for defenders in order to get your shot off. So if they're making an overlap run like I have here, or if they're making an inside run, if you can use that to your advantage, you can distract this defender who has to concentrate now not only on you but on your teammate, and you can use those valuable seconds that he's distracted in order to either take the ball past him or quickly take a touch in one direction and get a shot off on target. Okay, so that's the second way to create space to shoot. Let's get on to the third and final way. Alright guys, so we're going over the third way now to create space that's going to allow you to shoot. So we've gone over skill moves, we've gone over using your teammates' runs as a disguise in order to create space. Now we're going to go over something that's a little more advanced, a little more difficult in execution, but it's probably one of the more effective ways, and that is combination plays. Things like give and goes, quick passing, and using your teammates essentially to either create that space that you need in order to shoot or to create space for them. So let's say this guy right here is you, and you have the ball, and this defender is standing you up. Now, in these kind of areas, when you're around the 18-yard box, this is the perfect opportunity if you have teammates that are, have good movement and are doing what they're supposed to be doing. This is a great opportunity to use combination play in order to get yourself in here and score goals. So let's say you have a teammate that posts up right here. This is what I will always look for in matches. I will drive at the defender, use my teammate, give and go. I'll make my run past the defender, and if my teammate plays the ball back to me well enough, it'll give me the chance to score or get a shot off. And this is a fantastic way to create space in order to score. In fact, it's probably one of the most effective ways to do it. The only problem with this way is you need to be very precise. If your pass into your teammate right here isn't good enough, if you play it behind him, if you play it obviously too far in front of him, you're not going to be able to do this. You need to play the pass perfectly into their feet at an angle that will allow them to play you the ball back. And more than just that, their pass back to you has to be weighted well enough. It has to have the right amount of speed on it, and it has to be far enough in front of you that it's not going to go too far past you that takes you too far out wide, but it's just right so that when you're coming onto it, that you could even hit it first time if you really needed to. So just realize that although this is one of the more effective ways, it's one of the more difficult because you need to be very, very precise. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing it, but just realize you need to be very precise when you're doing this. You can't really, it's all about a game of inches sometimes. A little bit too far behind your teammate, like back here, you play to him there, and then you make your run. Well, they're not going to be able to really return the ball to you unless they kind of flick it behind their back, which is hard to do. So you need to make sure that your pass into them is crisp and precise, okay? So this doesn't have to just happen like this. I mean, your teammate could be here, and you could do the give and go there. I mean, you could be right here and have the defender here and do a give and go from here to here. You know, this can happen in many, many different ways. It doesn't always have to involve just two teammates. I mean, I've seen plays like this where you have the player here, defender here, and another guy here, and it goes boom, boom with this guy running onto it. Like there's so many different ways to do combination plays, but really just the biggest thing when you're playing is be aware of them or look out for them during the game, because there are a lot of times during matches where I feel that there are many opportunities to use combination plays in order to create that space that you need, not just to shoot, but for other things, but we're concentrating on shooting here. But there are plenty of opportunities to use combinations like these in order to create that space to shoot. And the good thing about this is if the defender loses their concentration for even a second and you execute this correctly, you're going to be in here completely by yourself, and this defender is going to be slacking to the point where you could probably even take a touch and then score. That's the great thing about combination plays. They're quick, they're fast, and if you can do them quickly and fast with the right technique, the right, precision, you will gain a lot of space in order to shoot in and around the 18-yard box, and you will have a lot of opportunities to score some goals. Okay, guys? So those were the three ways there. Remember, first one was skill moves. Second one was using your teammates' runs as disguises. Oh, it's not working here. And the third one was this one, which is combination play. I don't really have room to write it. We'll write it right here. My pad's not working. There we go. These are three ways you can create space to shoot. Be sure you're using all of them. Don't just use one and then the other. I mean, you can even combine some, like skill and runs kind of go together. If your teammate makes a run, you then do a skill move to come inside. Things like that. Okay? So I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you've learned a few things from this video. Make sure you like it, you share it, you do all of that fun stuff. And remember, we will be releasing part 2 once we hit, we'll say 80 likes. I'll release part 2 where I'm actually going to show you all of this stuff instead of just drawing it out like this. But I wanted you to see what it kind of looks like and explain it in depth before I actually showed you some real life examples of me doing it. Okay, guys, so if you want part 2, make sure you like this video, make sure you share it, comment down below in the comment section what you think. Any other ways that you know to create space and that you like to do. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to Simplysoccer. There we go. Subscribe fast. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.